No way, we can't go live. I've just gone live and we haven't even played the intro yet. So everybody who's watching, this never happened. Hold on. And we're live! This time we really are live, so if you're catching us now and you're seeing this, this is what you were meant to see. We're right here. Yes, that is Ty throwing cards like this, and that is Ken at the bottom doing hand gestury things. And we're here to talk to you lot about, I don't know, it's not a very exciting thing. I don't know what it is. Something about Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering crossover again. I mean, really... It's Commander Legends, Dungeons & Dragons, Battle for Baldur's Gate, set review time, people, and it is exciting because there are some very cool cards here, and Ty and Ken are going to walk us through what they think are some of the bestest cards, and we thought it would be cool to bring people who know stuff about EDH, and since these people are part of the Command This pod, we figured maybe they know something about EDH. Not that the rest of us in the pod do. I mean, what do I know?
Hope we do.
Anyway. No, you must not wait. There is no more waiting, Bigger Clausen. Only when I print the t-shirt.
No! Not again!
Wait. But first, hey everyone, welcome Revenged. So here's the thing. We have to do the thing we do when we do all of these things, which is to say thank you to although we have a new follower whose name I do not know how to pronounce. Okay, I'm going to throw this one at Ken. Ken, FHDFNFNF.
Sorry.
It's a sneeze. We welcome the sneeze and bless you. And now, here is a word for our patrons. Here is our patrons, the Eggy's Knees, Zoe, and then Uncommon Eggies, the Jolly Orange Bunny, Ricardo Leone, Ratcatcher, Manfred McKechnie, Kylothian, Clinton Riddell, Ivan Crockett, Ray Eggies, Niels Klaasen, Robert Wild, Ken Dove, Fist of Sons, Clayton Bucker, Christopher Crane, Gustav Swart, Stefan Engelbert, Kamikaze Badge, and the Craig, the Hungry Monkey. You guys are the Eggs Knees. Without you, we couldn't do half the stuff we do. We would not have had as cool a day at the Medieval Fair on Saturday without you guys. And there's so much cool stuff coming out of that, heading back your way. In fact, a little bit later on, we're going to touch on something we're doing for our patrons around Battle for Baldur's Gate. It is happening. We're just having to work out a date when it can be happening. However, I have told Ty he can't come. Because I tried really hard to make an effort to get him to be able to come. And he doesn't want to come. And if I can only do so much.
My job said no. I would have flown down. My job said no.
Kamikaze Badger says it's Fibble Thips even lost to your brother.
He hasn't earned the right.
What's happening? Welcome everybody to the show. So we've also just finished our latest arena tournament. Egg 13 just finished up. That was the Explorer format that we had a go at. And what a good time we had in that particular tournament. Great finals. I've got a whole bunch of videos that I'm supposed to have loaded up today, but Monday just became such a Monday. Like I say, 3 hours sleep and then some really horrible sick stuff and then a flat tire and just a day. I've had a Monday. So I'll get those videos out, particularly the final, which I haven't watched yet, and I'm very keen to watch. That final was played between our very own Cora Stoby and Reinhard Pelser. So that should be very cool. It was Mono Blue Tempo versus Is It Phoenix? So that should be a great game to watch. As soon as it's available, we will drop the link on all the socials and in all the WhatsApps, etc., and you guys can go and check that out. It should be within the next day. It was a fun tournament. But what we're really here to talk about is something else that happened this weekend, and this weekend was the pre-release of the brand new Commander Legends Dungeons & Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate set, which is the second time, I believe, that they're running Commander drafts, which is a really cool concept where you get to go and do a draft for a 4-player pod, but instead of picking only one card from each pack that comes your way each time, you get to pick 2. And there's, Ty doing his thing. He's picked up. Okay, now
Showing
we
the
have
Baldur's Gate cards.
add me a kun. We have added you, and I will add a kun as well. Although that sounds kind of weird. And people are crying and laughing and almost said something dumb. But I've had no sleep, so if there's a joke there, I've missed it.
Add me a kun. Oh, okay.
Okay. Stop. It says stop. Badger says stop with its STAHP. Anyways, so what that does mean is that so the Commander pre-release packs, the draft packs come with 20 cards in them as opposed to the regular 15, so that you can do that kind of thing. But I unfortunately was not able to attend a pre-release, but I know that you two were. So why don't we, before we jump into the actual set itself and talk about cards and what you think are good cards to look out for and things to build around, talk to us a little bit about your pre-release experience. What was that like? Let's go with Ken. Ken, how was it for you?
We should start with Ty. Ty actually did pre-release. I was just there as a rules advisor. So by all means, Ty.
Okay, Ty.
Ha.
Who's clearly listening to something. Cool.
I had great. No, I'm just generally happy and hyper. You should know this by now. No, I had a great time. We had the joy of people coming who had just never drafted before in their lives. So it was quite a difference of experience of them having to understand how the pre-release plus draft worked. So there was quite the biggest issues I saw rules-wise and format-wise was people having to be explained how pre-release and draft work together. The 60-card deck thing threw a couple of people off. Whether or not it had to be singleton or not threw a couple of people off. But besides that,
Commander color identity.
Color identity as well.
That was a big one.
the new background, the new background thing, which we'll get into obviously when we start chatting about the set, was quite a confusing thing initially for quite a few people. But I had a ball with it. I always love drafts. I generally do well in drafts because I choose the simplest way of doing it, in which case in the first 3 cards I choose the color that I want to play and I don't actually read the cards I draft. I do quick squizzes, and as long as they're the color I want and they seem to do around what I want, I'll just take them. And as funny as that sounds, I have won the last 4 drafts I have played.
Fair enough.
It just works. So that was quite an enjoyable thing. But everyone had a lot of fun. I mean, it was quite fun because people got to experience things like draft, which they'd never done before, and pre-release together. So I really think it'd be cool if we got more of those. Not a lot more, just now and then a few more draft pre-releases. I think would be quite cool for people because it's definitely a different experience.
So Foxglove says that Bloom pre-release is this weekend and she's super keen. She also says, no, pivoting for life. And then after you said what you did, she said, fight me, Ty.
I will happily.
Werewolf says that their internet is 0. Oh, I'm sorry. Please try and stick it out. Okay, or not. Okay, we'll miss you.
Got a comic comes out.
You'll watch the YouTube video.
Revenge says initiative was fun to figure out.
Oh, it was fun. I had my deck did mean things with initiative.
You see, at the Warren, we had somebody who knew how to explain the rules really, really well. So that went great.
Who was this mysterious stranger?
Some chick just picked up and started explaining stuff, and it went fine.
Wow. I wish that
cool. There was this guy called
would
Tom.
head our way.
Cool, actually. Yeah, I did some mean things with initiative, so I very much enjoyed initiative. I did horrible things with that.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's hold on. So let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about a couple of the things that you've picked up on first of all. So first of all, let's talk about backgrounds. Now, if I reach over to the side here to where I pulled from my stuffs that I got a dragon cultist background. I got a flaming fist background. I got a master chef background, a tavern brawler. My preview card was Noble Heritage, which is quite cool. And then we got the Acolyte of Bahamut and the Faceless One. Those are the backgrounds I've got. Now,
Faceless One.
As I read these and understand these, this says if Faceless One is your commander. Now, how does that work? This is an enchantment creature Okay, so that one is different. That one's self-explanatory. It's an enchantment creature. But these others are enchantments. How do they work as with your commander? You can have a background with your commander, and the wording that I've read is you can have a background as your commander. Tell me a little bit, how does that work in terms of playing that out?
Ken explains it actually very
Come on,
well,
Ken.
I must say.
So wizards are moving away from partner commanders, and this is their kind of first step to wean us off of that. Essentially, how the background, well, it functions as a second commander. Essentially, the easiest way to explain it is it's your partner commander, and it's recurable exactly the same way as your commander is. It affects your deck's color identity, and yeah, that's about it. If you
someone
happen
destroys
to
your background, you can then decide whether it goes to the command zone or where?
the command zone, the graveyard,
Okay.
where exactly the same as a second commander.
Okay.
A funny little interaction was two faceless ones. So the commander rule, not the commander rule, the legend rule will apply there. So even though one is your commander and one is your background, both of them at the same time cannot coexist on the battlefield. So it's like
So you can't have two faceless ones.
You can have two faceless ones as your commander, but they can't both be in play at the same time.
Sure, that makes sense. Legendary enchantment creature, sure.
The legend rule still applies.
Of course it does. Okay, so that's part one. Part two, let's talk about initiative.
Hey.
If this very clever person happens to be nearby, this one who explains things so well, would they grace us with the knowledge of what is initiative and how does it go?
So initiative functions very similarly to Monarch. You get a thing, it sticks with you until you're dealt combat damage or somebody else claims it from you and you get a benefit. So in the case of initiative, basically it allows you to venture into the Undercity, which is one specific dungeon. And that dungeon can only be ventured into if a card specifically makes you do it. You can't just choose to venture into it at any point.
So like another card that says you may venture into a dungeon, and then you can choose which dungeon you want to choose to go to venture into. That doesn't apply here. Something says you will venture into the Undercity.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Or cards that specifically say you take the initiative. So then you claim the initiative from somebody else and you get the benefit.
So you can get the initiative without doing combat damage to somebody?
Yes. So if you play a card that says you gain the initiative,
yeah.
or like you said, if you deal combat damage to something.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, you mentioned something off air that I thought was kind of interesting, and I'd like to just get you to say it again and maybe explain it a little bit to people. So, and because the way you explained it off air was very, very cool. We also have a new follower, PCAV19977. I'm hoping there's no joke in that one that I missed. You said to me entire off air, you said that you thought that initiative was actually better than Monarch as a mechanic. So tell me why you think that.
So Monarch can become redundant if I'm already the Monarch and I play a Thorn of the Duskrose. Is it Thorn of the Duskrose? Yes.
Sure.
And I can't gain Monarch twice. But with initiative, if I already have initiative and I play a card that gains me the initiative and I venture into the dungeon again, I do get that second room's ability. So there is no redundancy when it comes to initiative as there is with the Monarch.
And Ty, your pre-release experience kind of revolved around initiative and that Undercity, and you told us you managed to complete an Undercity dungeon 4 times in one game.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
And I completed my dungeon the first time by turn 4.
Wow. So you're a fan of initiative?
Oh yeah, it's broken. I love it. I broke it in my pre-release. The reason why is because because you have creatures like this, which is Stirring Bard, which says when Stirring Bard enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. By doing so, I then venture into the Undercity again.
Sure.
So by playing cards like that and then returning them to hand and bouncing them and doing things like that around, I get to venture into the Undercity multiple times in a turn. And then the thing is, there's cool cards now that seem to that work off of that as well, like the Undermountain Adventurer, which was when he enters the battlefield, take the initiative, and he has add 2 green. But if I completed the dungeon, I add 6 green instead for it.
Okay.
So it was, and also the Undercity as well as a dungeon for me is actually now officially become my favorite dungeon because of the thing, because the main reason why is because it has something for everyone in a sense. That's the biggest reason why, because the first stage is to just search it over for a land card, which is great. There's a ghost in Ken's house.
In Ken's house just opened the door.
That scared Ken, which is great.
The bananas out of Ken.
I just watched Ken's soul leave her body. Just like, ah!
It was my cat.
What was that? This is why people shouldn't have cats. Cats try to kill you.
So then you split down. You can either put +1/+1 counters on creatures. You can scry. You can then just have someone lose 5 life. You can go to creature. You can make a treasure token. You can draw cards. You can create skeletons. So that's all the options you have in the top. And then the final stage of the Undercity, which I think is really, really great. And I actually plan on building a deck around the mechanic, to be honest with you, is remove the top 10 cards of your library, put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it gains hexproof until the end of turn, and then you shuffle your deck. Now, you do that like I did in my first pod 4 times in a game. It becomes quite broken.
Yeah.
It becomes slightly broken if you get to do that multiple times. I mean, say you just the trap, I can make a player lose 20 life total.
So just for those of you watching, you get the Undercity, the initiative token card, and then on the back is the Undercity map.
That's in the pre-release, yeah.
Which is in the pre-release pack. So that would have been what people were using.
Yeah. So I very much am a fan, and I agree with Ken 100%. It's a massive upgrade on Monarch because you can do it multiple times, and you can build a deck around initiative.
So now, just so now both of you as well have a D&D background. I mean, we know this. So from a flavor point of view, having the initiative now in Magic the Gathering, how does that feel?
Feels great.
It's not quite the way I would have expected it, but I mean, it seems to be a thing.
Exactly. I kind of expected it to work similarly to experience counters.
Okay.
And I'm very, very glad that it didn't. I'm very glad it's not kind of counter that like can be increased in I like how it works. I think it's great. I think accompanying initiative with a specific dungeon is really, really cool because like you go into this dungeon with initiative and it's just a flavor win. In my opinion.
Sure. Okay.
It's
we have
awesome.
another new follower. We have Stellarium. There we go. I'm gonna go with Stellarium simply because that sounds better. Kamikaze Badger says, is there a commander that gives you initiative as well? Haven't been keeping up with the spoilers. I'm not sure if I've seen a commander that gives you
I
initiative.
haven't personally seen one yet that gives you initiative, but I will say this. I don't think there will be one just because that
could be a little bit broken.
It's not really, because you can gain initiative multiple times for way cheaper than your commander. Because remember, if the commander enters and gives initiative to you, that happens once. So unless you start bouncing your commander, you're not going to multiply that initiative. If there was a commander, for example, that said all creatures entering the battlefield give you initiative, then yes.
Or like some kind of a toolbox. I don't know what anybody's talking about.
Potentially. But okay. Just as a maybe.
So those are, I think, the major sort of mechanic-y points, unless there's something else that you want to mention.
So I just want to touch on the legendary creature that can help you gain the initiative. There's a blue-black card, a human rogue, called Rosa Rael, also Kingpin, by the way. She's got Death Touch, and she says when she enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. And whenever you attack, target attacking creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. If you've completed a dungeon, that creature also gets +5/+0 and gains First Strike and Menace until end of turn. So there's your initiative command. It is in Dimir, which is a bit hard to pull off, but there are some very, very cool Dimir creatures that function with initiative. My favorite one, I think, would be Kenku Artificer. It animates a target artifact into a 3/3 creature. It's really, really, really cool. One of my favorite interactions,
I think... Foxglove's just mentioned Rilsa?
Yes, that's her. That's her.
Okay.
Yeah, that I must have mispronounced.
No, sorry, I may not have been listening 100%.
So I don't know. But this Artificer, if you take those tap lands, the artifact indestructible lands, and you animate that with 3+1/+1 counters on it, it's a flying 3/3 indestructible creature that you can just beat face with. Like, that's awesome.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I like
Along-
flying
along-
3/3s that you can just beat face with.
Saying off of what Ken just said, just something, a nice little card I just thought of now that goes with that is, can't find it now, is the coin purse. Is the coin purse that enters with 3 coin counters on it, and you can tap to make treasure counters with it. But it doesn't die afterwards. So the artifacts like that flow so well with that deck because
Sure.
you can tap it 3 times, make 3 forests, and that artifact just stays in the field.
There you go. That sounds groovy. Okay, so on that,
Noble's purse, sorry. Noble's
let
purse.
us talk about your top pick commanders from the set that you like, that you think are cool. I honestly haven't had time to go through too many of them. I've been just up until this last week has been insane, and getting stuff done before that was also insane. So I'm going to tell you 2 of the ones that I like for myself that I think will be fun, and then just mention the fact that anything that says dragon on it is something I'm interested in. So I'm going to be looking into some dragon things pretty soon, and devils, because devils are cool. But I will say this, one of the cards that I picked up that I think could be fairly broken, maybe not as your commander, but definitely in the 99 of some kind of token deck that's running green, is Jaheira, Friend of the Forest, who is this lady right here. And she says, for 2 and a green, you get a 2/3 human elf druid. Tokens you control have tap and add 1 green mana. Choose a background. So that means, I think this actually came up in discussion in the MTGA WhatsApp group the other day. Someone was chatting about this in terms of a Chatterfang deck or something like that, where this would just be absolutely ridiculous because it doesn't say creature tokens, it says tokens, which means all your creature tokens, all your food tokens, all your clue tokens, all your treasure tokens, everything suddenly just become insta green mana. Which is kind of scary in my opinion, but kind of cool. So that's something that I would be interested in. The other one that I was interested in, and I got the I don't know what you call this particular artwork. I think it's the storybook artwork. I think that's what they call it, or the monster manual artwork or whatever. But Baba Lysaga, Night Witch, 1 in Golgari, which is definitely up my street. For a human warlock 3/3 legendary creature, tap. Sacrifice up to 3 permanents. If there were 3 or more card types among the sacrificed permanents, each opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life, and you draw 3 cards. Now, this card, yes, definitely a Baba Yaga reference. This card, for me, is busted because you can have different kinds, multiple types of creatures. So you've got Solemn Simulacrum, which is an artifact creature. That's 2 types. So that's already 2 types on a card that goes through. I think the guys on Commanders, not Commanders, well, yes, Commanders, that's us, on the Command Zone, Jimmy and them also pointed out some Solemn Simulacrum for this card. But there are so many cards that you could do this with, where you could just ping every time, gain that life, draw those cards, find the things you needed to do the things you wanted to do, and then just like rip your opponents apart. You know, so this is definitely a card I'm going to be building something around. So watch out, a lot of you. But other than that, like I say, I honestly haven't had a chance to really go through them too much to figure out exactly who I might want to build around or what I might want to do. But I do see, I mean, we've got Dragon Shaman right here, Levan, Cultist of Tiamat. That just sounds like something cool, you know, simply because...
I've already decided what I'm building for
Dragon.
one of the streams. I don't care.
Then we've got
stream it is.
Renari, Merchant of Marvels, Dragon Artificer. Corlessa Scale Singer is a Dragon Bard. Lazan, Dragon's Legacy, is a Dragon Shaman. So there are dragons, and there are things that Crispy's going to do with dragons. We're going to do some dragony stuff, and it's going to be fun.
If
We
you
may
want
have-
dragons, you need to use this, Crispin.
I can't see it, it's blurry.
It's Thrakus,
Uh-huh.
the Butcher.
Ooh.
For
I have a
3,
way
4,
better,
5 mana.
way better dragon option.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's also, it's good, okay? It's trample, and whenever this butcher attacks, double the power of each dragon you control till end of turn.
See, I'm down with all of that. In fact, I'm going to run Tiamat as my commander and put all of these dragons in the deck.
Yeah, I didn't say it's really good, but fine. 10th Street. What's the way better dragon?
Okay, fine. So now we go to 10th Street and we go your favorite picks.
Okay, so Mirim's Sentinel Worm doesn't quite compare to Tiamat, but she's free and Teemo for a legendary dragon spirit with flying and ward 2, and it says whenever another non-token dragon ETB is under your control, you create a copy of it, except the token isn't legendary.
Ooh.
So yeah. Oof.
Yes.
So if you have
So what's the toughness?
Hey?
What's the toughness?
It's a 6/6. It's a 6/6. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean,
So my heated debate doesn't
have,
get it.
if you have Mirim out and you play a Scourge of Valkus, then you get 2 Scourge of Valkuses.
Oh,
if
my
you
word.
resolve any other dragon, then you have 4 triggers.
That's actually pretty cool.
Any other dragon, 4 triggers.
Okay, fine. Sorry, what's the name of the card? I've got to go buy it.
Mirim with 2 eyes.
That's ridiculous.
It is. And keeping in theme with my treasure tokens recently, Mahadi Emporium Master. It's a Rakdos commander that makes treasures for each creature that died during your turn. So if you have him in your command zone, you play a board wipe, you play him, count the creatures, at the end of your turn you get that many treasure tokens.
That's cool.
And
That's
then you put him in the Prosper deck.
Yes.
How expensive is he?
I'm actually he's an uncommon. So I tend to like the uncommons. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Okay, we got
Because you are a supporter of the underdog.
2 new followers, Hadisham and Yakegi. I think.
What is going on today?
I don't know. We're just getting loads of followers and it's cool. It's fine. We're just welcoming
Fine.
everybody to the party and we're talking Commander Legends, Dungeons and Dragons, Battle for Baldur's Gate. Okay, so I like both of those commanders that you just mentioned.
On the treasure, just on that note,
Yes.
a treasure creation commander from the new set is
Ganax?
the Jan Jansen, or as hy Afrikaans wees Jan Jansen,
Jan
the
Jansen,
Chaos
okay.
Crafter.
Lekker.
He's a 3 mana. He's a red white black haste. You can tap it to sacrifice an
Come on,
artifact
dude.
creature, create 2 treasure tokens, or you can sacrifice a non-creature artifact and create 2 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens.
That's insane.
What colors?
Mardu.
Red, white, and black. Not everyone knows what Mardu is.
Mardu! Thank you!
No,
Why
my
do people not know
commander
what
that
Mardu
I am
is?
very keen for is an Abzan commander, and he's slightly expensive, but he has a fun infinite combo, which isn't the point of him, it's just fun. It's Merkel, Lord of Bones.
Yeah, no, listen. I did enjoy some of the stuff that I saw about the multicolored commanders online. I think again it was old Jimmy from the Command Zone who talked about Bane, Lord of what? What is he called? Lord of what? But the way he did it, he opened the show and he's like, "That's right. And tonight we're talking about Bane, Lord of."
No. For me, I am so keen to build an Abzan deck around Merkel. He's expensive. He's a 7 drop. Okay. But he says as long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, Merkel Lord of Bones.
He's one of the gods, right?
Yeah, these are God.
Yes. He has indestructible, and whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's an enchantment and loses all other types. And it infinite combos, which I found out without realizing, with Devoted Druid.
Oof.
Good luck finding a Devoted Druid, though.
That's not the point.
So
the point is not finding one.
I have a very good suggestion for that deck. It's another uncommon legendary called Minthara.
Yeah.
So she has Ward X, where X is the number of experience counters you control. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, you get an experience counters. You get 1 experience counter, sorry. Creatures you control get +1/+0 for each experience counter you have.
That's kind of crazy.
So Ward X equal to the amount of experience counters you have.
That's
creatures you control get +1/+0 equal to the amount of experience counters you have.
Yeah, no, that just seems pretty nutty. I've got
Yeah, so
another follower.
I literally, while Ken was speaking, I was listening to you. Literally, while Ken was speaking, I just ordered a Merkel and a devoted Druid off the Warren.
See, no, this is you're not supposed to be doing. You're supposed to pay attention. Damn it!
I did pay attention. I was paying attention. I just realized because I realized devoted Druid is quite a thing, but she got reprinted now. In
Okay,
the
so
Commander
Merkel, Lord of Bones, is that who we're talking about?
Yes, Merkel Lord of Bones.
Merkel with a Y.
As long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, Merkel, Lord of Bones, has indestructible. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do create a token that's a copy of that card, except, yeah, I see.
I know it's expensive, but I mean, I don't mind. With the amount of things, with the amount of with the new set especially, with the amount of things that can make treasures and make mana.
I must be honest that I don't think that creating, that generating the mana needed for these cards is an issue in Commander nowadays. The fact that we're able to do the kinds of things we can do is quite scary. Also, I mean, let's talk about that as well. So now we've had some really cool reprints. We get Wayfarer's Bauble back as a reprint here again. We had it in the last Commander set, but now we get it again. We also have got a couple of other little mana rocks that are quite cool. There's one that you pay 3, tap 3, draw a card. That's not a mana rock so much as a card draw engine, but there are some really cool little things. We also got reprints of all the diamonds. So we got the sky diamonds and the marble diamonds and the fire diamonds, and all of those are back. So that's kind of cool. I do like the art for the new moss diamond. That's very pretty.
We also have this lovely little mana rock. It's very similar to the rocks we already have, which is Betrayer's Seal, which is it's 3-drop, add 1 mana of any color, or pay 1, untap target legendary creature you control.
See, that's pretty cool. But then so is this reprint.
Oh yes,
a little bit of a reflecting pool.
That's number 2 on my list.
That's back. That's pretty cool. Wow, we're getting all over the place.
Also, Bramble. One of the things I was excited about Bramble Sovereign. I was so happy, and I actually pulled one and played it in my deck, and I was very, very happy with that.
Insanity.
Oh, I was so happy with Bramble Sovereign.
So it was actually very pricey at one point.
Yeah.
So I mean, the reprint is very, very welcome, and I mean it's just super, super cool for flooding the board with copied.
Yeah, there's some really. I mean, Swiftwood Boots gets a reprint here
so
as well.
Good as like a green token.
And gates. Did anybody have any issues? Like, did any gates things?
Oh no, I had a lovely gate that lets me have all my gates enter untapped. I can't remember the name of it.
So
I had a gate that lets untapped.
If you are looking for a gate commander, look no further than Nine Fingers Keen. It's a Sultai. For 1 in a Sultai, you get a 4/4 with Menace, and Ward, pay 9 life. So whenever she deals combat damage to another player, you look at the top 9 cards of your library, and you can put a gate card from them onto your battlefield. Then if you have 9 or more gates, you put the rest into your hand. Otherwise, they just go on the bottom. That's insanity.
Yeah,
so the gate I was talking about, Gond Gate.
Basilisk Gate. I must say, when I saw Basilisk Gate get spoiled. I don't know why they call it spoiled. They're not spoiling it. They're just revealing them. Anyway, the artwork for Basilisk Gate just got me. That was the coolest looking gate I've seen in a very long time. So I thought that was pretty cool. Not only but it can do some pretty scary snazzy things too. Something Baldur's Gate says Kamikaze Base.
Yes.
Well, also Halcyon. I'm loving Halcyon as well. Just talking about all the creations of all the mana rocks and tokens and all that. Halcyon is a lovely thing. It's 4-drop. Also can be a commander and chooses a background, but not tap 1. Just pay 1 mana, just 1. Until end of turn, target token you control becomes a green bear creature with base power and toughness 4/4 in addition to its other colors and types.
Yowzers. That's the bear.
So tap.
Are Eula the bear? Anyone?
Yeah.
It's just tap all your rocks.
So. Okay, so let's quickly touch on the Planeswalker commanders that have been released with the set. So we've got obviously a big name here in the Forgotten Realms is Elminster, obviously. So Elminster is there as a 3 and Azorius, white blue, for a 5 loyalty Planeswalker. Whenever you scry, the next instant or sorcery spell you cast this turn costs X less to cast where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying this turn. That's his static ability, which is, fairly crappy, really. Scrying? Why would you want to do that? Anyway, his +2 says draw a card, then scry 2. His -3 says exile the top card of your library. Create a number of 1/1 blue fairy dragon creature tokens with flying equal to that card's mana value. So you're hoping you rip something fairly expensive off the top of that. That'd be good.
The Demir Commander Planeswalker Tasha is definitely one of my top picks.
Sure. So that's Elminster. What do we think of Elminster?
As a card or as a commander?
As a card, and let's look at it at both. So as a commander, what are we thinking?
I'm not fond of Planeswalkers as commanders.
Me neither.
I don't know. It's just a personal thing, though.
He doesn't. I must personally. I agree. Personally, I also agree. But also for me, I'm not really that wowed.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
He's decent.
As a Planeswalker, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
Strong, has a good static ability. It's +1
it's part of the 99.
Rest of it's good. Yeah,
Sure.
as part of the 99, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't
the
impress
whole
the
commander thing is
commander.
just personal for me.
But also, not just a disagreement.
I am in agreement with both of you. I would rather have him as part of the 99 than as my commander.
I was gonna say, I agree. I don't like him as a commander, but also, just if we look at him as a commander, take away the opinion of having planeswalkers as commanders.
Sure.
As a commander,
I understand that having a recurrable planeswalker that can come in at a decent level of loyalty abilities. I understand that's very strong. It's just about the. It's not even a mechanic. It's just how it feels to me. It doesn't feel right. It's supposed to be a creature that does cool things, not this thing with dice what makes +1.
No. I'm in agreement with you guys. I think the only planeswalker I've enjoyed as a commander was Amanatu. And that was just because she was weird.
I want another Amon kid, damn it.
A little girl wreaking havoc.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's because it's always that, like, the creepy little girl. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, there was a first-person shooter game called Fear. But Fear was an acronym. It was F.E.A.R, and it stood for something. But I remember playing the very first version of Fear in the dark, and there was that moment where you came into that one room where the entire room just went pitch black, and then suddenly splashed blood everywhere, and then there was this little girl standing in front of you, and then there was blood everywhere, and then there was the little girl closer, and I must say it was like I think the third flash of the little girl, I was just like, headset down, keyboard away, I'm gonna go make a cup of coffee, I'll be back in like a year.
I loved her.
Kids in general,
man. So Amanatu was definitely up there. But okay, so we digress. Minsk and Boo, timeless heroes. So 2 and Gruul, so 2 red and a green for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Says when Minsk and Boo, timeless heroes, enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste, because everybody needs a 1/1 trampling, hasting hamster. Then his +1 says put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature with trample or haste. So obviously you're trying to target Boo. -2, sacrifice a creature. When you do, Minsk and Boo, timeless heroes, deals X damage to any target, where X is that creature's power. If the sacrificed creature was a hamster, draw X cards. So, as a commander, again, I know we're talking about planeswalkers. Let's try and put that aside for a second and just think about what could you do with this as a commander.
I don't like it. I'm okay with it. I don't enjoy it, but I am okay with it. It's not a best thing. And the reason I say that, honestly, is because of Tasha. Tasha in general, lore facts stole my heart. I mean, she was raised by Baba Yaga, for Pete's sake. I love her to bits. But also as a commander, I'm really feeling her a bit. I really am. But as a commander, Minsk, nah, I'm not a fan.
I enjoyed the flavor behind Minsk, and
sure.
I mean, it's so cute, and it's like true to the story. So it's a flavor win.
Flavor win, and in the 99 could be fairly dangerous if you built a Gruul deck around tramply hasty things.
Tribal Hamster tribal.
Hamster tribal. We got people.
Hamster tribal.
Lots of leopard stones going bananas for hamster tribal in chat. Revenge.
He's just hungry.
Revenge
He's just hungry.
is saying that I should have had my brown pants on when I played Fear. You're absolutely right. I should have. Listen, I still haven't finished Alien Isolation, which I started 3 years ago.
No, come on.
I'm stuck in the closet, bro. I'm hiding in that cupboard because
No,
if I come out, the
Crispin.
alien's gonna eat me. In fact, I lie. I'm in the hive right at the end.
Finish it.
But I can't move. I can't move. If I move, it'll kill me.
Get Yona to press W and just look away.
Wow. Okay. Foxclub says she heard that Minsk is a CEDH deck with a question mark. Wow.
Doubling season Perforos. What is the thing? What when it enters the battlefield, it does a thing. It doubles it.
Yes.
That thing.
I love that. It doesn't.
I'm not
Many
sure of that
cards.
thing.
Doubling season parallel lives.
Are you talking about the one that doubles X, like is an X doubler?
So it doubles ETBs.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
I obviously have not enough sleep. I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, it's like on the tip of my tongue, man.
I'll get it. I know I know exactly which one you're talking about.
The thing
it's not
that
Spark,
does
no, it's
the
not
thing.
Spark double.
Yes, you
The
see,
thing-
first time chat from Goifrus says the thing that does the thing. It's that one.
Yes.
Got it. It's Spark double. It's fine.
Panharmonicon.
Yes.
Well
Panharmonicon,
done,
yes, there you
Kahuna
go.
Koala. This. Okay, sorry. Kahuna Koala, who plays a rival TCG game to our Magic the Gathering, has just given us Magic the Gathering players the name of a Magic the Gathering card.
We have to give him a chance.
You know.
We have to give the others a chance.
We
have to
you know.
give him a chance.
I need to speak to Kahuna Koala because my baby girl now wants to play Pokemon. She does. She's even made me buy her cards. Okay? I've got cards. I've got a whole box full of things. I need sleeves. I need guidance. I need to know how to teach her how to knock out other people's
Just tell
Pokemon.
her that she has to be the very best that no one ever saw. Okay.
That's right. Anyway, we're getting there. Okay.
So the Minsk and Boo CDH deck is called EGGPod, and I think it's awesome.
The Boo Pod.
Yeah.
That sounds
Okay.
cool.
So
We'll have to look that up and have a chat about that sometime.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Kahuna Koala says, I play both. Big EDH fan. She can play both too. Well, she got started in
Yeah.
Magic and now she wants to play Pokemon. So who knows? You know.
They
It's
cute.
a conquer all
Okay, so
of that.
here's Ty's new girlfriend,
Yeah.
Tasha, the witch.
The
queen.
daughter of Baba Yaga.
Goif's
Not-
says
not-
I only
not
play
official.
slivers in EDH anyway. Neil
That's-
By the way, just side note, Baba Yaga wasn't her actual mother. It's adopted mother.
Bigger
just-
Class says guidance, teach her magic. Okay, so Tasha, the witch queen, is a 3 and demure. So 3 blue, black. All right.
The other
For a
one.
4 loyalty planeswalker, whenever you, and this is static ability, whenever you cast a spell you don't own. See, I like this already.
I know, right? I know, right?
Create a 3/3 black demon creature token. See, this is my card. I like this.
Oh, keep reading. It gets so much better.
So that's the static ability. So we're looking at, automatically we're looking at stealing other people's stuff and casting their stuff ourselves.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
cool. +1, draw a card. For each opponent, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from that player's graveyard and put a page counter on it. I see where this is going.
Quick little flavor text behind that. Tasha wrote the Demonomicon.
There you go.
That's just a little flavory text there. I like
Tasha, that girl with the hideous laughter. Damn straight.
Yes, that one.
Minus
You get it.
-3. You may cast a spell from among cards in exile with page counters on them without paying its mana cost.
You see?
Okay, I'm just quickly jumping onto top deck for just a
You
moment.
see what I'm talking about?
So while you're on top deck, take a look at Xanathar, Guild Kingpin.
I've got
beginning of your
Xanathar. I have
party,
many
people-
Xanathars.
That goes straight into that. Same
Okay, so
with,
just so you guys know,
Anti-
Tash is already not cheap.
Yeah.
How expensive?
I'm not going to say it on air because that would be punting a store.
Go on Goldfish. Tell us what it is on Goldfish.
Okay, let's go to Goldfish. That one I
Goldfish
can
is
do.
the only
You can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
$12?
Nah, I think she's probably going to be something like.
Okay, so just a straight up version of wow,
15.
$11.
Damn. Okay.
$10.89 for Tasha the Witch Queen.
Curious, how much is it on Card Kingdom? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I'm not going to jump around all the bloody websites.
It says it there on Goldfish. It says it there.
$12.
$12.50.
$12. $11 is a lot of dollar. Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
so that's a
Crush
lot
it
of dollar.
in.
But that seems like a fun commander. But then again, Demir has always been a fun sort of place to play in, right?
I think that she'd go very well into your Xanathar deck, Crispin.
But then when you got to go Grixis.
But Xanathar
Xanathar's
is
Demir.
Demir.
Because then Xanathar says you can't, other people can't play stuff, only I can play stuff.
Yes.
But the thing is, seriously, the what you call it, the casting things for free.
Yeah, listen, when you get to, although this is something WotC are doing at the moment, and they've been doing a lot of it lately, where you're able to cast things for free, which can be a bit of a problem at times, I think. But I'm not gonna say it's a terrible thing, but it's something I think they just need to watch out for, because there's a lot of it going around at the moment. Also, there's a couple of things I picked up on as well. Tasha the Witch Queen. Oh, I don't have a price bot. No, I do not. I don't. What is the price bot?
I am the price bot. The price
no.
Tasha the Witch Queen is $12.
Kahuna Koala says, so what are each of your personal chase cards for this set? Well, I think mine
Personal what? Sorry, personal what?
Chase cards. What's the card you're after the most? What would be your your number one draft, your number one pick for this season? What would it be?
Oh, Ty does not like that question.
Ty didn't like it at all. We lost Ty. Ty ran away.
So the thing is now, I already have an answer to that question from a pauper perspective, because I looked at the set and went, there are so many cool pauper cards.
Yeah, they are.
I know it's for EDH, but the card that I'm after the most is a pauper card.
So what card is it?
Okay, so it's actually from the D&D set, and it was printed as an uncommon. It's called We Meet in a Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been reprinted, and it got a bit of a downshift to
common.
Wow, I could not find that word. So it's such a big upgrade in Elfex. I mean, it's like an overrun. It's like a mini overrun.
So okay, let me read the card for people. So You Meet in the Tavern is a sorcery for 2 and 2 green. Now at common. Choose one. Form a party. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Or start a brawl. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. This is a very decent card in a pauper build, especially if you're running like an elf ball or something like that.
Exactly.
What was the question? Sorry.
So the question that you ran away from
wow.
was what is your chase card in the set? What's the card that you're after? And it doesn't have to be Ken's basically said hers isn't for EDH, hers is actually for pauper.
But I don't have an EDH one too. I mean, Blade of Selves. Need I say more?
Blade of Selves. I don't know. I gotta go check it out.
Myriad. It does Myriad.
Yeah,
things.
Myriad. Myriad is an interesting mechanic that's come back. Blade of Selves, 2-drop. Equipped creature has Myriad. It is. I mean, listen, its equip cost is pretty expensive. So if you want to be able to use it straight away, you need to have 6 mana open. Yeah. So I mean, to play it and equip it on the same turn, you got to have 6 to have it open. But yes, then you do get Myriad. So I mean, if you've got the mana and you've got the big boy on the board that you want to use, yeah, I mean, why not?
But from Magawa, it's a card called Ishin.
Yeah.
Ishin plus Myriad is bonkers.
Yeah, no, I was just Ishin is the bonkers. Is that the extra attacks or the multiple dudes? What's that one?
It's the when a creature that attacks would trigger an ability, it triggers
twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's
The
bonkers
red
with me.
ancient dragon is the most dollar.
I was
Yeah,
about
but
to
that's not
say,
fun. That's such a like pleb cop out pick.
no, don't call me a pleb. Thank you very
No
much.
one, I don't think anyone's picked the red dragon yet.
I want that ancient. My chase, honestly, is ancient copper dragon, not because of expensive.
Oh, but he's
and
talking about
amazing.
red dragon. He's talking about the red.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay,
That's
sorry.
such a cop out pick. I'm going after the most money.
No, that's the thing. Like, I'm not going after it due to its value. Okay, the biggest thing is
Yeah.
because I'm really loving. You guys have seen it, even in Commanders. I'm on a bit of a treasure kick. I like making decks that give me treasures. I'm just on a bit of a treasure kick, and I now have a card that lets me make massive tons of that every time it attacks. So I am very keen for this card. I am.
Kahuna Koala says Arden plus Rograk plus Myriad equals bye.
Yep.
And
That's a little bit
Goifrus says the white 2-drop Archivist is what, in their opinion, the best card. I think I know which one he's talking about.
Also, just on the side, it's a kind of a typo to me, and also not from the set. Bootlegger
Archivist
stat as
of
well.
Ogma.
Yeah.
It's got flash, and whenever an opponent searches their library, you gain 1 life and draw.
Yeah,
a
this
card.
is the Ogma card. This is a busted
That's-
card.
That's he.
Yeah.
Even an evolving wilds would trigger that.
But this
Someone
is
plays
the
an
card.
evolving
Hold on,
wild,
this
it's
is
a
the
card.
card that I actually yelled at Watsy about. When I saw this card spoiled, I said, "Okay, white's good now. Can we stop?"
That's good.
Oh, I remember that conversation. That was in the egg group.
You know, one of these things. Anyway, I
So-
do like the
Have,
fact that the ancient
have you
gold
guys-
dragon is a 7/10 though. That's quite something. And Ascent from Avernus is not exactly a crap card. Okay, so hold on. So let's go. So Ty, you said your chase card is Copper Dragon.
Is Copper Dragon, and as an alternative, if I had to get one a Bootlegger Stash.
Bootlegger Stash is a cool card.
It's because of the treasure creation. I want the treasure creation.
Yeah. I have noticed a bit of a goading thing going on in some of these cards. As well.
Oh, yes.
Some goad going on. Reflecting Pool is also nice. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna do this again. Yes, it is.
Can we just recap how good Nature's Law is? I mean, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yes, the reprint.
What is that? So that's the one in a green. Search for a land. Put it on the battlefield.
No, it's any forest, and it enters untapped.
Woof.
That's nuts. It could fetch dual lands. It could fetch shot lands.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that says forest on it, anything that has the forest name on it as a card.
Can we just discuss Kindred Discovery? I mean, we really, really, really needed that reprint.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I mean, I know it was in the list, but like now we have it with new art. Yay!
New art, I like it. Huzzah for the new
Also-
art.
So it was like $25 or something when it was spoiled, and it's come down considerably since then. But it's
Also
like
talking
it needed a
about the
reprint.
lands.
What do we
Talking-
think? Sorry, Ty,
Talking about
just quick. What do we think about having the adventure mechanic back?
I
I
think
like
that's
it. I love it. For me, it adds a flavor level to it.
I was going to say,
because
from a flavor point of
you've got
view,
you've got adventures in a D&D scene adventure.
Right.
You know, that's what it is. It's great.
I think that's very cool.
Sorry, there's an adventure commander now. It's Bant, I think.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I forgot the name.
I'm going. Hold on. I'm scrolling.
Ugh,
I got the
forgot name.
scrollings going on.
Talking just while you're looking, talking about the whole lands, reprinting and lands, traverse the outlands also
Yeah.
is delightful. But there is a card that actually has been printed in this set that is better than Traverse the Outlands. It's the same cost.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's better than that. It is Jaheira's Respite.
Okay.
Okay, she's also a 5 mana, 4 and a green. It's search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Put those cards on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. It's a fog land search.
Wow. Okay, so the commander you're looking for is Gorian. Also,
That's it.
just news from chat. So Ty, you got your dungeon finished on turn 4.
Yeah.
Kuna Koala says, I drafted a Zorius Blink focusing on blinking initiative.
Oh,
Shocked
well
myself at how
done.
well it did, finishing a dungeon in 1 turn. Nuts.
Nice.
That's nuts.
Okay, so Gorian Wise Mentor, Bant Commander, 3/4 human wizard, vigilance. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it, you may choose new targets for the copy, and why don't you just play Lucky Clover with that and do it again and again and again?
So, just without anything else, a 3/4 for 3
Yeah. With vigilance.
with vigilance.
3/4
And
for
then
3
you
with
copy
vigilance.
adventure spells. That's just like
No, that's going to be and all the right colors for the best adventure spells.
yeah.
The only one you can't do is the bone crusher. We can't be bone crushing people. It's unfortunate.
And murderous rider.
The new gates are pretty cool. I'm a fan of the gates.
Yeah,
I like the gates.
One thing I said before, the game we were talking about, I was talking about was the Gond gate, which is a gate that lets all gates you enter the battlefield enter untapped.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Okay, so hold on.
cool.
So let's just talk about one or two of the things that I mentioned to you guys earlier, and you guys can pick apart my thinking around stuff. So first of all, I want to talk about this very silly card. Tamora's Invoker. Okay? Tamora's Invoker is a 1 and a blue for a 1/3 orc rogue. But the card has the ability on it, sleight of hand, pay 8 colorless mana, draw 2 cards. I'm not so sure this is a good card. And the reason I'm not so sure this is a good card is because, yes, it costs you 1 and a blue to pay this. But then you've got to have 8 mana lying around to draw 2 cards, alright? So you've got to have 10 mana for this card to do something. Otherwise, it's just a 1/3 body on the board that can be removed any old which way. But in the same breath, at 1 and a black, see, this is why black is a better color.
Follow.
Black is a better color because you have Merkel's Edict at 1 and a black, which is a sorcery. And it says roll a d20, and I'm going to tell you straight up, if you haven't seen this card, you roll a d20, no matter what happens, at least one opponent's losing a creature. For 1 and a black. So roll a d20, 1 to 9, choose an opponent, that player sacrifices a creature. 10 to 19, each opponent sacrifices a creature. 20, each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. This is a card, and it's common.
Okay, so you didn't like Tamora's Invoker.
No, because
But
you
you
got to
like-
pay 8 to draw 2 cards. I mean, come now.
So there's a black version of
Technically,
that
you gotta
called
pay 10.
Merkel's Invoker.
What?
So it also has the 8 thing. You pay 8 colorless, and then creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. Those, I insist, are for limited.
8 mana.
I mean, it's easy to make infinite colorless mana in EDH, I suppose, but like there are better ways to spend it.
I mean, 8 mana.
Yeah.
I just think that that's a bit crazy. Okay, my next thing that I want to talk about. 2 really cool equipment cards that I like at common level. Goggles of Night. I
Yes.
think Goggles of Night is just a cool card. 1 and a blue for an artifact equipment. I also love the art. I think the art is just the coolest thing. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, scry 1, then draw a card. I like it. And the equip cost is 2, so it's okay, but it's alright.
In D&D, Goggles of Night give you dark vision up to 60 feet,
Exactly.
which is pretty cool.
So,
So it's like
flavor.
flavorful. Yeah.
Then the other common that I like very much is the Great Sword of Tyr,
Sword. Yes.
which is 1 and a white with an equip cost of 1 white. For an artifact equipment at common that says whenever equipped creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to 1 target creature defending player controls. Now, Ty and I like this card a lot. Ken's
really
kind of
do.
iffy on it. But just so you know, Ty and I like this card a lot, and we're going to move on.
100%. Okay. And next, one of the cool cards I found from the new set, right?
Okay, so there are a lot of like 2-drop creatures that combo well with it, but I just think that there are better ways to accomplish what you're trying to do. I mean, I don't know.
You're not a fan.
Well,
I'm iffy on it.
I love it. I love it. For example, for like a Boros aggro deck, it's lovely because it smacks, it pumps up the creature every time it attacks, and as soon as they get blockers out initially, it taps those blockers, so you're still getting damage through until they get at least 2 to 3 blockers out.
It's better than a Bone Splitter,
Yeah.
but that's where I'm gonna leave it. It's better than a Bone Splitter.
I don't know. I think I could look. I'm going to try it out in a couple of things. We'll see how it goes. But I will say that at rare level, black artifact, Altar of Baal.
Yes.
This is a card.
Oh yes.
So for 1 and a black, you play a rare artifact. On its artifact side, you get to pay 2 and a black, tap Altar of Baal, exile a creature you control, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield for 2 and a black. Activate only as a sorcery, okay? The sorcery side of this has an adventure spell on it called Bone Offering, which for 2 and a black at sorcery speed creates a tapped 4/1 black skeleton creature token with menace. So on your opponent, the guy or player on your just before your turn does their thing, right? You do your thing. In your ends, your second main phase, you create a 4/1 blob blob, right? Then when it comes around to you again, pay 2 and a black, tap it, sack that thing, and bring back something huge.
Because I can.
You know, I mean, this is a nutty card. Get yourselves
Is it sack or exile?
exile. So you
Okay.
exile a token. What?
Yeah, it's okay.
Exile a token.
I was trying to think of combos, like stuff that just bring themselves back, like reassembling skeletons. Like
I mean, that would
there's
work.
there's a new card called Bloodsoaked that does that. It brings itself back.
Yes.
Or you could do Squee. You could play
You
it
could
in a Acto state. Use the
Yes, because
Squee.
Squeak can come back from exile.
Yes! Squee! I just got way too excited about
You
Squee.
did. You got very excited about Squee. Also, at rare level in the artifact universe, we have a 3 and green for the monster manual.
Yeah.
I love the monster manual.
So it has an adventure side, and the adventure side is a sorcery. Leopardstone says you could also just play something that creates decay tokens and sack those.
There's that too.
Totally. Mill 5
Fine.
cards, then return a creature card milled this way to your hand, is the zoological study off of Monster Manual. Then, when you play the actual artifact, 1 and a green tap. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just like that.
Hello, Eldrazi.
Hello, Craterhoof.
Boom.
Kaboom! You know, so that's
Kaboom.
pretty cool. Those are some of the cards I picked out. I'm sure there are others that you guys have picked out for particular reference. But those are some of the ones that we actually, Yoli and I drew from the packs that we purchased this weekend. Like I said, unfortunately, we weren't able to play, but we definitely picked up some packs. Perhaps with Norrin the Wary for recurring. That's the thing.
in like a Perforos deck maybe, but I don't see the relevance to that.
Yeah.
So that would just like infinite ETB. It would like bounce. But I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if that would work, because if you try and exile him, he'd just like bounce. So there wouldn't be a valid target, I think. But that's interesting. I'll definitely look that up. I'll try and
Look into
figure
that.
that out.
You can tell us
Thanks.
if we're smart enough to figure that one out.
I'm making a note. Thank you. Who said that?
That was Kahuna Koala.
Cool. I'm making a note.
There's also, but I mean, there's something cool I just thought of now, and it's really expensive, and I'll have to figure it out to work. But with the new card now, what's that card from what's that Raven card from Kaldheim that lets you take an extra turn? You can foretell it, and then you
Oh,
make Ravens.
Alrund's Epiphany.
That Elden's Epiphany with Karlach. I just realized I can have 4 combat phases in a single turn.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Okay, but that's gross.
So
Yeah.
I can show you ways to do that infinitely with a Minotaur called Morag.
Okay, so
Yes, I
Goif
know about
Goifstress
Borak,
has
though.
just said something that no one should ever have said ever.
What?
A sliver Eldrazi Phyrexian would be the most terrifying creature in Magic. Yes, it would be. Please
I
God,
like
never
that.
happens.
I like that.
See,
I
Ken's
disagree.
face is
I
where
want
I'm
that
at.
to happen. No, I want that to let that occur. I want that.
No.
Yes.
When that happens, I am done with Magic.
No,
I'll go play
no.
Pokemon with Crispin.
No, I
gonna
will
play
happily
Pokemon.
play Magic.
We're gonna play
We'll go play
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
No, I will hold the torch.
We will pass.
I will carry on the torch.
A sliver Jarzy.
Sliver Jarzy. Where was it now?
Two of the most feared tribes of all time.
Apparently there was a testing card. Oh my god, that's just a bad idea.
Yikes.
Anyway, so I'm kind of running through Scryfall right now, and I'm just going over some of the cards. Like, I do like the Jade Orb of Dragonkind. I think it's a cool card for that particular purpose. I think what's cool about this is that they've brought in the dragon theme quite heavily as well, which I like. And they've given a lot of oomph to it. So Jade Orb of Dragonkind. We've got the Draconic Muralists. We've got the Acolyte of Behemoth, which is a legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have the first dragon spell you cast each turn cost 2 generic less to cast, which is pretty rad. We've got a lot of cool dragons. I mean, the Ancient Bronze Dragon is just wow. It's pretty.
Crispin.
Yes, sir.
I've got something to help you with your Alien Isolation problem. One of the new cards from the set is Dire Mimic, and its flavor text is sometimes the closet is the monster.
Oh.
I left the closet. I am hiding somewhere in the hive.
Conveniently, now apparently we've left the closet.
I know, I told you this. I said I was in the hive.
You said you're in the hive.
The hive.
You guys talking about closets in June. Do you know what you're saying?
Yes, we do. We are
Do
well
you know
aware.
what you're saying?
We are well aware of the innuendos, but I'm talking about mimics here.
I'm talking about aliens.
Not what it appears, and that didn't help my case.
So, have a look at a card called Earthquake Dragon.
Yes. What is
Earthquake
this card?
Dragon.
This is just a silly
I
card.
actually see that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Hold on,
That goes
I'll read it for you.
Straight into
Oh
Mirror.
my word!
Yeah.
I've got Mirror.
Oh
okay?
my
I have
word!
Okay,
my
hold
deck
on.
list.
What
What?
color is it again?
Green.
Green.
That's
It's a 14. It's
Yeah.
a 14 and 1 green. Elemental
there it
dragon.
There it
This
is.
spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of dragons you control.
Flying
It is
trample.
flying and trample. 10/10. And for 2 and a green, you can sacrifice a land and return Earthquake Dragon from your graveyard to your hand.
So what you actually don't want to do is cast this card.
No.
This is a reanimator. You want to throw this in your graveyard, and as soon as it's in there, you want to pay 2 and a green and go blam.
Yeah.
And then say anybody. Bueller.
So,
Sacrifice a land, return it to your hand.
Bueller.
so that's my honorable mention. But my top 3 non-reprint cards from the set are Blood Money,
Yeah.
Ancient Copper Dragon, and Storm King's Thunder. That's my top 3.
So I'll agree with you on the Ancient Copper Dragon, definitely. Second for me was non-reprint. It was Jaheira's Respite, which was the Fogger Land Searcher. And I love it because it just reminds me of harvest season, and it just makes me happy. and Halcyon, 100% Halcyon. That's of initial top 3. That'll be my top 3 for now.
Okay,
That's interesting.
so just so you know, it
Yes?
was called the Sliver Jarzy Monstrosity.
Quit magic, Ken.
All
Goodbye.
slivers. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
She's left.
All slivers have Annihilator, Infect, and cost Phyrexian mana.
Yes, that is my card.
Okay, we just got to the street. Just go
What
to
is the name of this card again? What is the name? What is its name?
It was one of those test cards. It's called the Silver Jarzy Monstrosity, apparently.
That's disgusting.
No, okay, that's just not right.
I want that as a pet. Only 7 mana.
You're a nutball.
It's only 7.
Yeah.
So
That is beautiful.
we've talked a bit about Reflecting Pool.
Uh-huh.
Is anybody else happy that they reprinted the Battlebound lands? Because
Hold
Yes.
on.
Yes, I am. I am very happy.
I bought a full set, like all of them, a while ago. So I mean, from a money point of view, but But I mean,
We
now I
talk-
have more.
When you say
So-
the Battle
No, I
of
agree.
Lands,
I'm
are we
happy
talking
with
about
this.
Bountiful Promenade, Luxury Suite,
Morphic Pool and all
Morphic
that
Yes.
Pool,
stuff.
Sea of Clouds?
Yes. The ones would enter untapped if you have 2 more.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
the last time they were printed was, well, as like I said, was in 2018, I think. I think they've been like
very
a
happy.
little bit printed in Commander precons. I'm
Yeah,
not sure about that.
I must say it's nice to have them back. I've got a couple of them through the years.
I just pulled a Morphic Pool in pre-release actually.
Nice.
That's fantastic. I mean, like I said, I bought all of them like as a set. So I mean, from that standpoint, it's a bit like wallet.
You have a very like good future vision habit about buying cards that are cheap now.
Yeah,
You're very good at that.
It's like my deadly disputes. My problem is I know what's going to go up in value, but then I get to this point where I'm like, I don't go with my babies, and I really should, because I mean,
What about
they've
your,
reached
like,
their peak.
the petitioners.
And I mean,
you got,
do you remember it was a month-ish ago, a while ago, I was trying to sell John Gordon all of my deadly disputes, and he was
Yes.
like, okay, and we just never got around to the deal. And I mean,
Oh, thank goodness.
Then they spoiled deadly disputes, and now it's $2.
Yeah, but I mean, I said like with your petitioners, you have like I think like 30 of them.
I didn't buy any of those. Those were all from draft.
But still, like, you're just good at this. You just have a habit of having collections of stuff that manage to just become popular or valuable.
Ghostface says now they need to take the OG duels off of the reserve list.
Agreed.
That would be
Give
nice.
it back.
Agreed.
It'd be great to be able to get some of those at like less than an arm and a leg and my left big toe.
I mean, they
Sell
could
a
just
Markov
do-
to get one land.
You know. Sure. Navigation orb is quite a nice little tool. Noticed that. So I mean, look overall. What is your impression of the set, guys? What do you think?
I'm
Are
very
we
so
happy?
far.
Are we not happy? Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
like what they've done?
I like it. I personally am very happy. I mean, like I said, just the initiative mechanic for me makes me very, very happy. I really enjoyed the fact. I've always enjoyed in new sets a new mechanic that's not gimmicky. You know what I mean? It's not a gimmick mechanic or like it's a mechanic. It's something that is like with Eldraine when Adventures came out.
Sure.
The way I actually described it to a friend of mine the other day is I said my feeling for this set is the feeling I had in Eldraine when
Okay.
Adventures came out, and I had that like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I love this. I love this sort of mechanic idea. I have the same feeling about that with the initiative thing. I'm really, really happy about it. And the background thing, sorry, and the background.
So for me, some of my earliest childhood memories is sitting on my dad's lap watching him play Baldur's Gate on Windows 95. So I mean, this is just like, it's nostalgia, man. It's
Oh, it's amazing.
mental.
I just like that we are fighting on the table for Monarch and Initiative now. I love it.
Yes!
Oh yeah, bring it. I'm excited for this. We need a
So,
crown and a little sword on style table now.
I just noticed something in the actual commander decks. We haven't spoken about the precons yet. We're from an EGG side. We're still working on those. Just so you guys know, it may not happen, but we'll make a plan. One of the cards in the precon decks is Giselle Goldmane, who is
that's
Ajani's brother.
I missed
That is so cool.
So Giselle Goldbane is a 2/2 white 4/4 legendary creature cat warrior. First strike, 3/2 white attacking creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. But the flavor text is beautiful. It says, "As my car, he is the source of my inspiration. As my brother, he is the embodiment of my aspirations. A Johnny Goldman."
That is awesome.
That's very cool. I just got like
Giselle.
goosebumps.
Giselle was last reprinted in 2017.
Wow.
So that's awesome. It's about time.
Yeah.
Just on
that's very
that Baldur's Gate note, Ken, you'll appreciate this.
Did you just call Crispin thing?
No. You assume I was talking.
Well, you said Ken and thing. I
See, no, I
assumed.
killed him. I killed the stream. I got rid of him. I mean,
Just the
seriously,
force.
called me
Just the
thing.
force.
I had to do
But yeah,
something.
Giselle Goldman is a fantastic. I mean,
He's coming
it's
back.
about time.
Hopefully he's back. He can try and make up for it. I see we got a reprint of Hullbreaker Horror in there as well.
Ooh, like we needed one.
Yeah, for sure. Propaganda got a reprint.
Oh no, wait. I think I'm thinking of. No, it didn't. Wasn't it in the Azorius deck, the Spirits deck?
No.
That one.
The
Sorry,
Spirits
what I
deck
was
from
saying-
Extra.
Squadron. Yeah, wasn't Propaganda in that? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you maybe. I'm not sure. I'll check. Because
Okay.
I played that deck. I don't remember having Propaganda in there.
Propaganda. I might be thinking of the white one does the same thing.
The yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
What I was trying to say to Ken thing is was talking about Baldur's Gate. There's a group of friends of mine and I that have decided to embark on a bit of a quest to finish both Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 as a full party of 6, so 0 NPCs. In both games as DLCs. But the thing I thought you'd find interesting is the friend of mine who led the idea has played 1,535 hours total of Baldur's Gate 1. And he has played 665 hours of Baldur's Gate 2. I genuinely do not think there's someone on this planet that knows more about Baldur's Gate and the universe than him, if we ever have a Baldur's Gate discussion.
Maybe, we could do that. We could get him one to be like, so, tell
Someone-
us everything from the beginning.
No, he's played over 2,500 hours. He's played close to 2,300 hours of Baldur's Gate.
I see there's a Curse of Opulence in the Draconic Descent deck. And that's pretty good. That's like a $15 card. Or it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of the cards that are in these decks. They've got them listed on Skyfall, but by color, so not by deck. So now it's
Black Lucas in there too. That's insanity.
But there's just some crazy cards.
Lelia the Blade Reforged. Wow. Leyline of Anticipation.
Yeah, that's back.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Also, side note here, something that's been said, a new little text in the new cards that we actually haven't talked about.
Mutavault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Is
Sorry.
actually something that says commander creatures, which was actually a point of that the random walk-in, overseer judge person helped out with some of the players. I don't remember her name. Which is commander creatures you own have X, Y, and Z, or
Yeah.
commander creatures that enter have X, Y, and Z. That is actually a new piece of text that a lot of people got confused about, and I thought to bring up now because we didn't actually hit on that.
Touch on that, yeah.
There were quite a few questions about that actually. What constituted a commander creature, etc.
It just comes back to how your background functions as a second. Think of it as like a partner commander. Like, ignore that it's anything else. Think of it as another creature without a power of toughness.
Sure.
Just that there's cards that have been released, and you said now that focus on bringing your commanders in and out.
War Room is
But
a
there's also-
reprint. Vault of the Archangel.
Vault of the Archangel!
Skull Clamp.
Skull Clamp is back.
Yes.
Oh, goody.
Civil
Temple of the False
Reformation.
God. Because we needed that again.
Yay, my favorite. I always
Oh,
get it on
yes.
like turn 2. It's never when like it's useful.
Everyone's so afraid to play Temple of the False God turn 1 or 2. Play it, let it sit there, let your opponents forget about it, and then hit it when they don't know what's coming.
But then you can't do anything. Then
Yes,
you
but
just
then your
have
opponents
stuff there.
forget that you have a thing that taps for 2 mana. And then when you get enough lands and everyone's forgotten about it, you just suddenly tap for that extra mana and do crazy
Okay.
things.
Okay, so turn 1, I play a Temple of the False God and have 0 mana on for the whole turn.
Or play
0
turn
mana.
2. Play turn 2.
Turn 2, I play a land and have 1 mana.
1 mana. Temple of the False God.
1
is a
mana and
terrible
1
name.
dead land.
Drown
I've done
Yard
it.
Temple, on the other hand, is quite cool. Add 1 colorless mana, or pay 3, return Drown Yard Temple from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I can see uses for that.
I love that Swiftfoot Boots got reprinted.
Yeah. Stuffy Doll got a reprint in this.
They should have reprinted Painter Serpent because of all of those dragons. Man.
They also did a reprint of the hoarding what's it called? Hoarding. What's that? Whenever you
Listen.
attack, you hoarding ogre.
I'm seeing like
Oh, yeah.
Phyrexian stuff happening in these decks, eh?
Oh yeah.
Phyrexian Revoker, Psychosis Crawler, Spell Skite.
Psychosis Crawler is a very good card. You
Yeah.
have one.
Oh yes. Also a card that was fun that I ended up playing in pre-release. Also, I got quite a few reprints. Was Geode Golem.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Geode
word.
Golem. Oh, I love
Geode
Geode Golem.
Cost of mana for free any day, dude. Any day.
Like a mana costs like 19 now. No, it doesn't. It's
Okay,
free.
right, okay, so hold on. So now we're just totally digressed into like nonsense talk about general stuff. So let's
Geode Golem's a
just
reprint.
quickly
You
focus
you
back for a
invited
second.
I and myself at your own discussion.
What's wrong with you? It's me. Come
I
on.
never said it was a bad thing. I just wanted to. I just wanted to point it out. What I did want to say is that I think that we have got some cool new names in our followers channel. Ty.
Like
None
you
of
can
which-
pronounce one.
None of which you can seem to pronounce.
And also I wanted to say I think that I'm actually I think more excited about the set now after chatting with you guys and discussing some of the cards than I was beforehand. I think for me it's very much a case of seeing what cards can do and chatting about how other people see them doing things and stuff, which is something I missed from not being at the pre-release, because you get that kind of vibe at a pre-release. You get to see what the cards can do on the battlefield, which is a big difference when you're holding them in your hand and sort of
Actually
thinking
playing
about
them.
what they could do and the possibilities of what they could do. So I think I'm a lot more excited about some of these cards, especially I must be honest that there are some black cards I need to get just because the art on the black cards is for some reason just amazing this time around. I find that the art on the black cards is cooler than the other colors. But then again, I am biased. It's my favorite Magic color.
Also,
Although
some of
Amber
the new-
Gristle
the new
Wall
things,
that's some spectacular freaking art. Oh my word! And the Amethyst Dragon looks amazing. But anyway,
Actually, you should check Karlach out. Actually, Karlach Fury of Avernus out as well. I enjoy her because of the little trying to affect 3D effect vibe.
have you seen the box topper version of Intellect Devourer?
No.
It's just like what? This is Let me see if I can find it here quickly. Hold on.
Devourer.
I'm surprised no one's mentioned Elder Brain.
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry, the Elder Brain, not Intellect Devourer.
Yeah.
Isn't art awesome? Just as a
It's-
side note.
It's a jellyfish with a brain, and
Yeah.
that's ugly, and it wants to be in my nightmares, and I say no. No, no.
That's exactly what it wants you to say. It wants you to say no.
It just
No.
all it wants is for you to just be there.
Elder Brain's also a reprint, isn't it? From I'm sure isn't Elder Brain a reprint from the Dungeons and Dragons set?
No, it wasn't in Adventures.
Does it not?
It's,
Okay, then
it's in the Dungeons and Dragons set.
It's in this Dungeons and Dragons set.
Heck yeah, it is. And it's ugly.
That's what I see.
and it's
Not
ugly.
It's good. What the art is amazing.
It's stuff of nightmares.
There it is. I found it.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
It is.
Well, do you know what Elder Brain all it wants is for its community to survive and thrive? Okay, that's all it wants.
It's just trying to be friendly. I don't know what
Just because it has mind flayers that want to say hello does not mean it needs to be just, disrespected as it is.
I am with Ty on this one.
Thank you.
Simply because okay, here it is.
I know what gives me nightmares, and I'm not into it, man.
Here it is.
The forest gives me nightmares. So what
Is
is the
that
giant
thing?
floating brain?
The forest has a reason to give you nightmares. There are
So
things
does
in
the
there.
giant floating brain.
It's not the same.
People can see this right now. That's gorgeous. For
The
whatever
promo
it
is amazing with
It's
all the
just gorgeous.
floating. Oh, so
Tentacles.
it's tentacles, not flying brains. It's tentacles that give you nightmares.
Anyway, I did. Yeah, I like that card. I want that card. I will have that.
I like
card.
big tentacles, and I cannot lie.
Anyway, but I think that we have done enough damage to people's psyches for one evening.
Yes.
I would also like to point out that we are going to be doing a very cool thing for our patrons. We are going to be running our very own Battle for Baldur's Gate Commander draft with a box of Commander cards, and we are inviting our patrons to join us for that. Unfortunately, we're only able to invite patrons in the Gauteng area for that, but you will all be notified about when that's happening. It was supposed to happen fairly soon, but we've had to postpone for various reasons. But we will make a thing out of it, and it'll be a thing, and then we're going to do a video, which will also be a thing, which will then go on the YouTubes to be more of a thing for people to, thing with the video. So that'll be fun.
Would have come, okay. Work said no.
Are you a patron?
Yes, of course. Duh.
What?
It's one of those like silent secret patrons.
If you would like to be a patron, go check us out on patreon.com/Easy Gaming Group. We always appreciate any support we can get because we like to do things for y'all. And we just, like I say, finished up an incredible EGG13 arena tournament.
It was
in
fun.
Explorer. Reinhard Pelser winning that one out with Izzet Phoenix over Cora and the Mono Blue Tempo. But as I said, those videos will be up this week. You guys can check out those matches. There are a whole bunch of other matches. I'm just not sure if I have both sides of the matches, but I will check to see. If not, we'll just make a plan. But
I was good. I recorded. I was good.
you were a good boy, Ty. You did well.
Yes.
But this week as well, don't forget, on Wednesday night, we're back with Commanders, live Commander action here via Spell Table. And we are having one of our patrons outside of the usual bunch join us for a game.
Exciting.
And the theme is bring a deck.
It's fun.
Sometimes that's the best theme.
So it's bring a deck time, and it's we're going to be joined by the one and only
Don't you dare.
Bigger Clausen will be joining us on Command.
Oh,
on Wednesday night.
good.
So-
Conversations need to be had with Peter Carlson. Okay. This is good. I am okay with this.
Okay. And Sarah, on that happy note, and to all of you who haven't gone out and got yourselves at least some of these Commander cards, you should go out and get them because
Get 'em.
they're going to be a lot of fun. Also, I mean, there are things to be said for collecting and there are things to be said for buying singles, but this is Commander and you want to get as many of the things as you can to make the things do the things in the decks that you want the things to be done in.
I left with 100 cards. It was good.
Yes, So, to those of you who watched with us tonight, and for all of those followers we got, I don't know how many of them were real.
Wow, okay. Wow.
No, there was a thing, and
Ow.
you sent me a message. I saw it. I saw the message.
That's
Don't
what
you
I'm saying. Hence, I am offended.
Yes.
How
Anyway,
dare you?
I think you were just trying to catch me out with funny names and see if I could make a boo.
I was not.
But
A lot of them are real. Trust me.
Well, I hope that a lot of them are very real. I hope a lot of them are very happy that they're followers now of Easy Gaming Group because we have cool stuff. So that's the way things roll. We had a really good time at the Medieval Fair on Saturday. And just so you guys know, our next big D&D event is going to be, besides the DM boot camps and stuff that we're all running with all over the place, will be on the 4th of November at Discworld Day.
I will see you there.
And it's going to be big. We're going to be doing some TCGs. We're going to be doing some D&D. We're going to be doing some board games. And what's really interesting about the D&D is that the D&D is going to be a 100% homebrew, written by the one and only Run Rabbit from Commanders, and set in the Discworld. And you will be able to play Discworld trolls and Discworld gnomes and Discworld dwarves and Discworld werewolves and Discworld all of those things, and go up against the watch and maybe meet Nobby, which will probably be a bad thing for your health. COVID was a thing, but Nobby is something else. But so that's going to be good fun. Come and check that out. We'll start posting more stuff about that as it gets closer to the time. As soon as tickets are available, we'll let you know. But that's going to be a really big deal. Our partners, Unplug Yourself, are amazing and are getting behind us 200% for that particular event. So it's going to be massive. from our part. And yeah, we're just really excited about November 4th. Keep it in your calendar. Make a plan to be up here. If you're not in the area, get yourselves up here. It's going to be at the Rusty Hook, and it's going to be incredible. It really is.
There'll be a meet and greet and hug booth with me.
Yes, you can come meet Ty and Ken, hopefully.
Yes!
You can get hugged to death by Ty and then tell people about it from beyond the grave. Because what was the D&D thing I saw was that give the gift of life, become a necromancer today. So on that, I would like to say to everybody who watched, thank you so much for joining us. To Ken and Ty, thank you so much for your inputs and your insights and for taking the time to go through cards and actually come with a structured idea of what exactly you wanted to talk about, which is really cool for someone like me who's had the day I've had where I couldn't structure a peanut out of a shell. But it's one of those things. I use a hammer.
Pistachio.
But
die. I will die.
Until
just sprinkle
Wednesday,
oyster sauce.
when we command this, I'd like to say goodnight to everybody. Check us out on Facebook. Keep an eye on our Facebook. Obviously, all the news about all events that we know about go up there. All the things that we do go up there. Our Instagram is getting up and running again, and our website is being updated slowly but surely. It'll get there. And yeah, so just keep an eye on us. We're doing stuff, and we're hopefully doing stuff that you guys like. So if you have any suggestions about what we can do for you or do better for you or do things for you, let us know at info@easygaminggroup.com. Otherwise, I know that in the MTGA WhatsApp group right now, there is a very big discussion going on about what our next EGG tournament is going to be. It looks like we might be doing some pauper or some artisan, which could be kind of fun. So we're looking forward to that. But other than that, it's time to say goodnight. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We look forward to chatting to you again, having some fun on Wednesday night. Don't forget, command us right here on twitch.tv/EasyGamingGroup at around about 8 p.m.-ish.
I'm going to see you there, man. We're going to weight step a lot of things, okay? It's coming.
Wait.
Oh, I got words and vengeance planned.
Good night, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Say bye.
Bye.